Hello everyone and welcome back to F1 23. It's the Breaking Point 2 series. This is episode 3. We begin with chapter 5, the Japanese Grand Prix in the 2022 season. I should really refine these intros. Anyway, with only a handful of races remaining in the 2022 campaign, Connor Sport are still looking to make their mark on the sport during their first season as part of the F1 grid. So we'll get straight into it then. We first up have Andrea Connor.
Hey boss, got another one for you.
With some bad news. Apparently the sold out merchandise, we made the wrong choice there, and increasing the productivity was not the right decision. The quality has not been up to standard. We've had to issue refunds, etc. And yeah, that's not gone well. My understanding was that we'd be reducing the other lines to make way for more of the F1 side of things, but apparently that didn't happen and we just decided to overload the system. So that's great. Right.
Davidov?
Connor, just thought I'd call for a catch-up.
Wait. What time is it where you are?
Doesn't matter. I wanted a report before the race.
Ah, right. I did ask them to send across all the data to you. Perhaps they forgot. I'll make sure to,
No, I've got it all here. Busy man, Andrea. I don't have time to read all that. How's it all look?
The car is running well, data's solid, whole team seems confident, and based on the forecasts, we're sticking to the original tie strategy as we discussed, so we'll see.
Good. And the boys?
Keeping to themselves, so no fireworks. Aiden's been a little quiet, but that's usually a good sign before a race. And Devon's,
I've already spoken to Devon. He's good to go.
Oh. Right.
Well, keep up the good work. Good luck. I'm sure we'll speak after.
Okay, well, Devon speaking to anyone is never a good thing. So I guess we'll see what that's about. But anyway, and we have another email here regarding Antonio, and this one finally sheds some light on what is actually going on. Andy, just to let you know that the Sakura have confirmed they didn't know if they'd be able to fit the whole team in, but have decided to close both floors for the night. So we've got the whole place to ourselves. The owner really went out of his way to help us. I'm sure the team will appreciate it and that your dad will love it. While on the subject of Antonio, I'm so pleased he arrived safely, and to think he's getting married. He's right, he did have some news. At 92. I guess you're never too old. And there you go. Oh, make sure to wish him congratulations from me, Linda Clifton, operations manager, Connor Sport Butler Global Racing Team. But there you go. There is the Antonio mystery solved, if you can call it that. We now know who Antonio is, what the news was back at Zandvoort in the previous episode, why he was in such a rush to get there. But yes, I'm not sure if there'll be any more to this story, but I wonder how many people even see this. I almost missed it because when I was just playing the game, this was my response to the email. Confirmation of dinner plans, brilliant. And it was only when I came back to edit the video, when I actually read through and saw what was actually written in the body of the email. I was just reading the headings and didn't look like anything important. But there you go. I was sort of following the Antonio story and almost missed that. But anyway, I think we just move on to the race.
Hey boss, got a couple of minutes?
Never mind, we have more little thingies to do. A star is born. And so there's been a delay in the film industry, and now the filming day clashes with a test day. I mean, surely they could reschedule it for another time that doesn't clash with F1. But anyway, um, we have to either choose to go to the test or go to the filming day. So I don't know. Apparently, Davidoff highly recommends we go to the filming thing. However, this is a Formula One team at the end of the day, and not Hollywood. So, testing's kind of an important thing. Eeny, meeny, miny. Testing. I guess we'll see how that goes. Alright, the Japanese Grand Prix. A solid start to the race sees Aiden on pace for one of his better performances behind the wheel of the Connor Sport car.
Okay, mate, I need you to push before the pit window opens. Push, push. On it.
Alrighty then, so we have just a couple of laps to chase down Valtteri Bottas. He is our primary target in this one. I have already given this one a few attempts on the challenging difficulty and eventually gave up. I couldn't actually get to Valtteri Bottas. Despite the fact we only need to overtake 3 cars, the speed differential we have over the other drivers is not that much on the challenging difficulty. I just couldn't get there in the number of laps we have. So down goes the difficulty level, and up goes our position as we storm through the field, and in not even a lap we will get there and make the move around the outside of Valtteri Bottas.
Another pit stop here at Suzuka. This time it's Aiden Jackson coming in. He's been making steady progress today, and Connor Sport need him to. They desperately need some results, and they could do without this. And look, there's chaos in that garage.
Absolutely, only 3 wheels on the car at the moment, Crofty. Aiden Jackson looks on in despair. Here comes that spare wheel now.
That's a long, long time to wait, just sat in the cockpit. What is going on down at Connor Sport?
Well, the tyre is finally out of the garage and on the car, and Aiden Jackson's back out in the race, but it's a long time in the pit, and that will cost them dearly.
What was that? How many places did I lose? Okay, try not to worry about that, Aiden. Just focus on the race, get your head down, and let's pull it back. I'm sick of this!
Yes, I would be too, to be honest. But we'll find out how many places we lost in a minute as soon as the heads-up display comes up. We're down into 13th position as we have a little wobble off the road there through the first Degner, and lose out slightly to Lando Norris as we rattle our way down the inside and make the move. Bit of a wobble on the exit too, though.
Nice move, good job.
But ultimately we'll make the move on Lando Norris up into P12. So almost back to where we started this race. But yes, we have a lot of work left to do. So we continue pushing on then, and we catch up to Pierre Gasly out of the final corner, and we'll see if we can make the move down the inside into turn 1. We get it well and truly done before then though, and move ourselves up another position into P11. We've got the other AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda holding down the last point paying position at the moment here at his home race, although we'll be taking that away very shortly. Not really any way we can make the move here in the first sector, so we're just going to have to wait even on this low difficulty setting just can't make the move, but perhaps into the Degners. We'll go for the move down the inside, and it's a little bit of a borderline move, but we'll get the job done, move ourselves up into 10th. Next up is Carlos Sainz. The engineer's talking, so I'm just going to have to talk over him as we go around the outside, and we get the move done on Carlos Sainz, and there is our target, the car in front. It is Valtteri Bottas once again who is ahead of us, holding down 8th position. I was convinced actually this race would be a Devon Butler incident. That would be the climax to this race. When the target was to overtake Bottas, I checked the race director and saw that Devon Butler was running ahead of Bottas.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
And our secondary objective is now actually to beat Devon Butler, so we can go ahead and try to do that.
You're in 8th place. Our gap to the car in front is 3.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, Bottas behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, gap to leader, 21.5 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, just 5 laps until the end.
And look how quickly that gap to Butler has disappeared. That's ridiculous. That's why there needs to be an in-between difficulty for when the challenging difficulty is just slightly too hard. But this is ridiculous. We'll get the move done down the inside of Devon Butler. He gives us the room. I don't know why, because that's not normally what he does. But anyway, we get through, and that is a job done on Devon Butler.
Us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
Yes, that he's very much not himself today, it seems. Devon Butler actually giving us racing room on the apex there. But anyway, we push on, and we'll see if we can gain any more. But yeah, I was convinced that once we passed Bottas we'd go to a cutscene, which we did, but it was a faulty pit stop. That was ultimately what cost us in this race, and not a run-in with Devon Butler. I thought, you know, surely with Butler running ahead of Bottas, that was going to be what was going to happen in this race. We're going to keep pushing on to see what else we can get in this race. We go for the lunge down the inside of Lewis Hamilton, a bit wide though on the exit. Hamilton gets the switch back as we run side by side through Degner 2. Hamilton not able to continue that fight though, as we lunge down the inside of Esteban Ocon, and that moves us up into P5 now, with George Russell up the road. Let's see if we can close the gap.
Come on, just 3 laps to go. 3 laps.
We continue on then, and we catch up to George Russell, making the move around the outside into the hairpin, and I don't know how we got that speed differential. That was almost insane, and slightly scary to be making the move on the narrow side there, but we got it done and move ourselves up now into P4. And then it isn't long at all until we catch up to Sergio Perez, running 3rd at the moment, and we'll squeeze to the outside. No, we can't quite get there. We'll have to wait behind the Red Bull throughout the first sector, and deciding to hang back here to see if we can maybe get a run through Dunlop, and you can see the run we're getting, and this should help us.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Make the move down the inside, potentially a bit of a cleaner move into the first Degner, and that worked nicely for us, and we didn't quite have to go as full send as we did on Lewis Hamilton and was it Yuki Tsunoda earlier in the race, but we got the job done, and now we're up into 3rd position on what is now the penultimate lap of the race. And now on the final lap, we caught up to Charles Leclerc. We'll make the move down the inside, a little bit late on the brakes there though. Leclerc will get the switch back.
Nice move, keep going.
No, he won't, because he's terrible, and on the amateur level, AI or whatever it's called, I forget. Anyway, whatever it is, he wasn't close enough to get that done. Actually, Verstappen looking very slow here. We might be in with a chance of the lead. In fact, they're just shoving him out of the corner apparently. I didn't think we'd get that close. Goodness me. We are weaving all over the place along the back straight, trying to look for the opportunity, but we've had to go very slow through 130R, now making the move down the inside, and we've gotten the job done into the race lead, into the Casio triangle out the other side, and that is a race victory here at Suzuka.
We did it! We did it!
And have some of that, Devon.
Well, it's still too close to call at the top of the table. Meanwhile, at the other end, Ant, you can really understand Aiden Jackson's frustrations today.
Yeah, they've had car problems all season long, Crofty. They've had a bad mix-up in the garage today, and Connor Sport won't be proud of that one.
And Connor Sport won't be proud of that. It's the longest pit stop we've had this season. Not the sort of record any team wants to set. Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top three finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today.
Well, Aidan, I'm sure you already know what I'm going to ask. That pit stop looked like a nightmare. So what on earth happened today?
So at the time, I think I was trying to give the most honest answer, which would be saying clearly a problem in the pits, etc. But I probably should have gone with the one on the left and said every race has its hiccups. But too late now.
I guess the truth is, Natalie, the only thing I can focus on is my driving. There was clearly a problem out there today, and I'm sure we'll find out what happened. Next question?
Well, there is a lot of talk on social media about whether Devon is actually getting preferential treatment by the team. So do you think, is there any truth to that, or is it an unfair assumption?
And of course for this one we're going to be dismissing those rumours once again. We're not going to be fueling any fires.
It's a good question. Davidoff Butler may be funding the team, but he's a good man. He works hard to make sure that everyone's equal. So, no, I don't think so.
Well, Aidan, the list seems to get longer. Car reliability, you and Devon bumping wheels, and now issues in the pit lane. Huge mounting problems at Connor Sport. Has there been any talk at all about what the team might do next season, considering that you and Devon just don't seem to get along?
And for this one, we're once again just going to say it's all about Connor Sport for the time being, just like last time.
Yeah, I've been thinking about next season. But who knows what the future will bring. At the moment, it's all about Connor Sport and bringing in as many points as I can.
And finally, I've got to ask you about this. It has been reported that Mercedes have agreed a deal for George Russell to play a small part in the latest Throttle Zone movie. What do you make of that?
Okay, so it looks like Devon Butler's been replaced already. So that didn't take long. But anyway, we're just going to go with the supportive option here.
I've always thought George would make a great actor, actually. I mean, he's got his own suit, he's ready for the red carpet. He's got a lot to offer outside of the F1 world, so yeah, I'm pleased that he's finally getting the chance to show us all what he's got.
Well, thank you for chatting with us. Great to have your time.
You know, I've noticed the subtitles can be a bit wrong from time to time, but they were not even close at the end there. But anyway, an untimely pit stop error costs Aiden a valuable time at the Japanese Grand Prix, which only serves to stoke his frustrations with the team at Connor Sport. Yes, it does. Yeah, things just keep going wrong at Connor Sport. It's just not a fun place to be for Aiden Jackson at the moment. How do they forget a wheel? Like, you go out to pit lane, you've got 3 wheels. Surely that comes up at some point before the car comes in. You know, they've got plenty of time to realise they're at the far end of pit lane. Anyway, moving on.
Talk to me.
About what? You saw the race, right? What is there to say?
Thought you could do with blowing off a little steam.
What is even the point in wasting any more energy? If it's not the car, it's the team. If it's not the team, it's the car. No one seems to care how much effort I'm putting into all of this.
Which is why you need to double down. Listen, I promised I wouldn't say anything, but the top 3 are talking, Aiden.
What?
They've already reached out to us. Looks like there might be some last-minute negotiations on the cards, but keep that to yourself, okay?
Yeah, of course.
No doubt there'll be some wrangling. You're contracted for another season, but your tenacity has been noticed.
Wow, I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything you're not supposed to know. I hate to admit it, but Connor Sport can't keep up with you, Aiden. Just do me a favor, would you?
Yeah, sure. What is it?
I need you to push as hard as you can to get as much out of you before I lose you to a better team. Can you do that for me?
Of course. No problem.
Good boy. You know I'm here whenever you need me. Speak soon.
Not sure I trust that guy. What's he trying to do? Hey, Tommy T999 recognizes I finished on the podium. See, the fans know what's going on. Is Throttle Zone actually a real movie? I have to look this up. No, it doesn't look like it. There was a movie called Throttle in 2005, rated 5 out of 10. Okay. But that's it. Okay, in the emails we have an apology from the head mechanic for the dodgy pit stop. We've got an email from Alyssa Lang from media relations, rather, just discussing how to handle the press in this situation. Nothing terribly exciting. Now, I missed the start of this one, but Aiden wanted Nigel Mansell's gloves. There was an auction, apparently, but he didn't win those. They went for 5 times the estimate, more than double what Aiden Jackson was willing to pay for them, apparently. But he was mid-race while the auction was going on, so he had his personal assistant literally doing his bidding in this instance. Saskia Mills. Not sure I've heard that name before. Saskia. Wonder where that comes from. But anyway. Yeah, he missed out on those, unfortunately. And finally, good old Brian Doyle is back once again. Just watched the race. Ouch. Is the subject of the email. But anyway. Blimey, Aiden, what was that? Hats off for keeping your cool and getting back into the race. You're a darn good driver. Those seconds must have felt like hours. You did yourself proud out there today. Well done. Would you believe I nearly missed it? We're spending a week in the Costa del Sol. I never realized how hard it would be to find a bar that was showing the GP. Retirement life, eh? I've been sending you postcards too. I imagine they'll all be waiting for you when you get back home. In a bit, Brian. Alrighty. Oh, Brian Doyle, former team Liaison. Liaison. That word, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, he's one of them. Yeah. Liaison? I don't know. Liaison? Lazy pants? Who knows? Anyway, he's all over the world. Barbados, Costa del Sol. He's loving life at the moment, Brian Doyle. Whatever that position is, it obviously pays well. But anyway, on to the next chapter, I suppose. Let's do it.
You saw it, right? The pit stop? How am I supposed to deal with that? I know. I want a chance to prove what I can do, though. In a top-tier seat. I deserve it. I've heard there might be interest. I can't stay here. Okay. Well, what would you do?
So, what advice did you give him?
Well, I told him to try to stay calm, see out the season, and then go to the final team meeting. See if that changed his mind.
And where were you at this point?
Oh, I was busy getting Callie ready for the final race of the F2 season.
Well, a few interesting developments there. Aiden Jackson definitely keen to leave Connorsport. Casper Ackerman rather encouraging him to stay. But let's focus our attention on Abu Dhabi and the final race of the F2 2022 season, Chapter 6. Having put together a number of impressive performances throughout the season, Callie Mayer finds herself within touching distance of the Formula 2 Championship at the season finale in Abu Dhabi. Hello?
I know why you're calling, but make it quick because I have to keep my head in the game.
Of course, darling, but it wouldn't be right if I didn't call to wish you luck.
Thanks, Mum, but luck really won't do anything. I need a clean strategy and just to keep my head, that's all.
Look, which you do, and you will. Just breathe, Cal, okay? You've already put the work in. Now all you need to do is get out there and do what you always do. Yeah?
Yeah, you're right.
Who knows? If you bring this one home, I may even call your father to gloat a little.
Mum, not now.
Oh, I'm just trying to lighten the mood a bit.
I know. You'll be watching, right?
Just try and stop me. Race fast, honey.
Okay. Can Callie do it? Probably. Sergeant to fly the Stars and Stripes in F1 next year. Vettel waves F1 goodbye. Hulkenberg in. Schumacher out. This is it. All our hard work, all those sleepless nights have led to today. Thank you so much for everything you've put on the line this season. It's really paid off. Now, let's breathe deep and make it happen. I can't wait to send a follow-up message congratulating you all. We're in this together. Maurizio. Oh, well, that got intense, but anyway, we have another email from Maurizio directly to us. He'd wish us luck, but apparently we don't like it. So have fun, and yeah, that's okay. Nothing important. And we have an email from Casper Ackerman with a quote from Marcus Aurelius. Do every act of your life as if it were your last. Okay, considering I had to make the echo effect myself, that came out surprisingly well. Anyway, with that done, let's move on to the race. And yeah, Abu Dhabi. Yeah, with only a few laps remaining, Callie sets her sights on the F2 Championship. Very short intro to this one, so let's do it.
The final race of the season now well underway here in Abu Dhabi. A few different drivers in contention for the F2 Championship. But here's the favourite, Callie Mayer.
She's been so consistent this season, so fast. My money's on Mayer for the championship, no question.
If she can finish high enough, the title belongs to her.
How am I doing? It's looking good, Callie. Come on, a podium should clinch this for us.
Then podium it is.
Then podium it is. That is the target. Wait, hang on. Since this is Yas Marina, I think I should be able to bump the difficulty up. Alright. Time for me to stop talking and for me to take over.
Good, Callie. Come on, a podium should clinch this for us.
Then podium it is.
And yeah, we'll see how much work we have to do. We're in P9 on lap 3 of 8 at the moment. Ralph Boschung ahead of us right now. But anyway, it does take us a little moment to settle into a rhythm, about a lap or so before we can go for the move on Ralph Boschung, as Yuri Vips goes a lap down to us. We make the move on Ralph Boschung, and we make our way ahead of him. But Yuri Vips putting his car in a very awkward place there as Jane Derubala enters pit lane. That gives us another position, and those two will move us up into P7. As we take a look, we have a bonus objective to take a race victory, and we might have taken a bit long to settle into a rhythm to worry about that one, but we'll try our best. But as we continue to push on, we put the pressure on Jake Hughes, another sort of underrated driver, a bit like Ralph Boschung. Didn't spend anywhere near as long in Formula 2 as Ralph Boschung, who's still hanging around the F2 paddock. But a long time in Formula 3 for Jake Hughes. But anyway, we continue to push on and make the move down the inside. And we get through on Frederick Vesti, a bit deep into the final corner for us. Bit of an unorthodox place to make the move, but Vesti saw us coming and gave us the room.
Is increasing by a significant amount each lap. Good job.
And we are cleanly through on Fred Vesti. We're up into 5th position now as we continue to race on. Next up ahead of us, that is Amaury Cordial, the Belgian driver, going a lap down in this one as we go a bit deep into the chicane. Not could be too much of a concern to us. Hopefully Cordial doesn't start coming back at us, but thankfully he does not. Next up is Enzo Fittipaldi. We go for the late lunge down the inside. Fittipaldi gives us a bit of a squeeze onto the apex. We do it back to him on the next corner. He hops over the curb, and that ruins his exit onto the second part of this back straight, and we get the move done on Enzo Fittipaldi. Next up is
Final lap.
Teo Porcher.
Gap to your teammate behind is 19.3 seconds.
We're now on the final lap of the race. Who is our teammate, by the way? I believe it might be Callie Williams, the Australian driver in Formula 2, the other Australian. That was in F2 in 2022, alongside Jack Doohan, who was much more successful that season. Anyway, we go for the lunge down the inside of Teo Porcher. A bit deep though. Porcher switches it back, and we're going to have to try that one again. That didn't quite work out too well for us, but in the slipstream we'll have an opportunity once again to come back at Teo Porcher. So let's see what we can do. We go to the inside. Porcher is going to cover that one off, so we're going to have to do this the long way around here at the chicane. All the way around the outside we'll have the inside line, and we will get the job done on Teo Porcher. Smooth on the power, and that is a job done, and we are now up onto the podium. Logan Sargent runs second, Felipe Drugovich in the lead. No surprise there really, but we move on then to the final corner. We're going to bring it round to the finish line, and we are going to cross the finish line in a 3rd position and bring home the F2 championship.
Yes, Callie! That was amazing! Congratulations!
Bonk.
Callie Mayer, get used to the name. She has her whole career ahead of her, and this is just the beginning. She's done it, as many predicted she would. A star is born. Callie Mayer becomes the first woman ever to win the F2 championship.
Historic. Well, I mean, someone had to be the first. But I just hope that this shows that talent can get you as far as money.
And what about your dad? Has he called to congratulate you yet, Callie?
Nope. Next question.
Callie, what's it like being a woman in motorsports? We're sure everyone wants to know.
I don't know, John. What's it like being a man in journalism? Next question.
Hot-headed? Yes, for sure. But you know, that's kind of what you need in a driver. Let's not forget that Callie taking the championship was a big deal. You know, for the sport, but really for everyone.
And for you? How did you feel?
It was one of the proudest moments of my career. It was the first time I mentored anyone. Yeah. I was a little sad to be moving on.
So, had you already told Callie about your new job?
Yes, yes, of course. And I told her, how I wished that I could take her with me. But she understood.
And Aiden, had you told him?
No. No, he was too busy.
Busy?
Preparing to tell the team that he was leaving Connorsport.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. I know Aiden had something he wanted to say, but first I have a matter I would like to address formally. It is no secret that I have been spread a little thin this season. I mean, I own the team, I run the team, it's a lot, okay? Which is why I will be stepping away from the principal role next season. I'll still be pushing Connorsport Racing to be the brand we know it can be, whilst the new principal will be laser-focused on performance and results. And we have already found a man to step into that role. Casper.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Now, this is a big step up for me. I'm really looking forward to see what next season brings. It's truly an honor to be on board.
I am sorry for the dramatic nature of the announcement, okay? Humor the man who pays you. We all look forward to working with Casper, yes? Good. Then let us continue. Aiden, you had something you wanted to say? The floor is yours.
No, it's nothing. I just wanted to say, thank you, everybody, for all your hard work this year. And I'm really looking forward to next season, especially with Casper at the helm.